welcome back to another short Hillside Gardener clip. And today, what you see before you here are some onions. Now, these are actually bulbing onions, but because it is obviously early spring, these are left over from last year. So what these are called is referred to as spring onions. So if you plant some onion sets or onion bulbs or seeds, whatever, in the late summer, when they have enough time to basically get established, they'll mostly overwinter. Onions are extremely hardy plants. So this early spring, these guys have taken off. If you see it right here, this is where the onion is about ready to start flowering. So when they get to this point right here, once they do begin to flower, the onion itself is not going to be good for eating, okay? So when they get to this point here, you can go ahead and harvest these right now for a very early spring, you know, something you can eat right out of the garden when there's nothing else even growing. And we're actually having record cold temperatures right now for this this Mother's Day weekend coming up. So obviously I haven't even got anything else into the ground yet. I mean, my flower beds or the garden beds here are still empty, but I'm able to actually harvest something. And on that note, the onions like this prefer the cooler weather, where you're going to get a much better, much tastier onion to enjoy. So let me go ahead and zoom in here and show you how I harvest some of these so you can get an idea of what to expect. Alright guys, so harvesting these things could not be easier. Make sure you get a firm grip down towards the end. You don't want to grab here and just pull out like that, because you could actually bend or break the stem off. You want to keep it as intact as possible. So grab it just like that. So easy. You can pull another one out just like that. And you see, this is what you're going to expect. These things are not going to bulb up. Okay, no matter how long you leave these in the ground, once they've overwintered, they've already entered that, like I said, into that flowering cycle where they're actually going to start putting on flowers. At this point, if you let them go any longer, and anyhow, the plant's at its end of its life cycle. So right now, you get these beautiful, beautiful onions. Now, you can eat everything that's here, including the flowers. I don't prefer this. I mean, this is fine. You can eat it. I just don't prefer the green onions myself, just in general. But I'll show you my favorite part to eat of the spring onions, which if you go here, you're going to get, of course, a couple of these outer layers like this that are be kind of whatever. So you're going to pull these off, and underneath you're going to have beautiful, beautiful edible onion flesh. And it's going to taste just like an onion. Use it just how you would. Chop it up. Use it in soups, salads, stir fries, anything you'd use a typical onion in, just for that matter. Like I said, the green of the onion is still completely edible. But what I typically will do, let me go ahead and find my knife here. Just going to start out here. Just kind of cut it off about that long. This is the best part, in my opinion, of what you want to eat for the onion. So there you go. Isn't that pretty awesome? So that's definitely something you can have during the early spring when nothing else is even growing, or probably even planted for that matter. So let me go ahead and cut this thing open and show you what it looks like on the inside. So you can just, we'll come back to that part in a second. Alright guys, so look at there. Inside this onion, this is perfectly edible. This is amazing. It's a lot milder than you would experience if it was allowed to grow to a full-size onion. Should go through the regular cycle. And smelling it smells great. It's not overpowering. It's not super strong. And right now, I'm not crying. This onion is cut open, and it's not really bothering me that much whatsoever. And it might have a couple of these outer layers, kind of like that. Just peel them off. Not a big deal. All right, now before I do a taste test, I do want to kind of bring you in here close to show you something. Everyone, you might think onions are an actual bulb, like a potato or something like a tuber, like a root vegetable. But in all honesty, all onions are a set of leaves that actually form a storage mechanism right here. So case in point, all of these layers you pull off of the onion, these are actually the leaves. This is the base where the leaves are actually coming from. So in a normal season where they're planted in the spring, where they grow throughout and they actually form a storage, that we're used to in the fall, this is actually what's going to swell up. So whenever you cut it open. So when harvesting these spring onions, you need to make sure you peel off enough of this stuff, these layers like this. Like, you don't want to eat this. This is going to be tough, like a tough layer, but you look at it closely, it's actually this way, you can tell how it's actually a leaf. So going into that, growing your own onions, people try to shy away from the nitrogen because they're afraid that they're going to get all leaves and no bulb, which is the old wisdom and everything. However, onions, where they are a leaf crop, they're actually a leaf crop, like I say, and this is an example of the leaf. Make sure you incorporate a high nitrogen fertilizer. So that's just a little bonus right there. So anyways, like I said, I'm really sensitive to onions. Like when you cut open an onion, you're just cooking for food, my eyes water and burn, and it's just really, really sensitive. And like I said, I mean, it's not bothering me at all. It's a small, light oniony smell. I got it out there. Yeah, you can even eat this fresh. It's not strong at all. It's very mild. You couldn't do that with the full storage onion that you buy at the store. So anyway, guys, hope you like what you saw today. A little something you can plan on for an early spring harvest of something before you can even get other stuff into the ground. You could be harvesting your own spring onions if you plant them in the fall, let them overwinter, and you'd be in for a treat. So hopefully you like what you did see. Please subscribe and leave some comments. A couple thumbs up would be awesome. I'll see you next time here on the Hillside. All right, bye.